Hi guys, my name is Dreia, aka ReaperII28. I am a Twitch affiliate and a variety streamer. I've been streaming for the past 4 years, and I love RPG type games, especially the BioWare games. And I love streaming because it brings my love of video games to a community who appreciates it.
Well, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited. So go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name's Dreia. I'm a 33-year-old Black female Twitch affiliate. I've been streaming for 3 to 4 years and started during the pandemic. And I've just loved streaming and the content creation journey that I've been on for the past 4 years. And I'm so excited to talk about burnout and my experiences in the content creation space.
Yes, 4 years is, I know it doesn't sound like a long time, but I gave up at 3. So you are well beyond my mark.
I definitely feel that, because there are some points where I'm like, I am so tired, I would like to stop, but I realize how much I enjoyed doing this stuff, and that's what's kind of propelled me keeping going.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. When did these burnout aspects kind of start broaching in your career? At what year, or was it one big one? Kind of talk about that.
It first started in my very first year of streaming. I made Twitch affiliate relatively quickly, probably about like 2 to 3 months into streaming. And I was like, oh man, I got this. Like, Twitch partners up next. And I did not realize that the pathway to becoming like a Twitch partner is vastly different than becoming a Twitch affiliate. It requires so much different things. And so I was streaming every single day and didn't realize that you have to do like multiple different things in order to make Twitch partner. And I was burning myself out a lot in that first year. And it wasn't until like I failed an exam that I realized I am not balancing this well at all. And that was contributing to not only my burnout with, like, I call content creation my hobby, and then my actual job as an ER doctor. It was contributing to burnout with both. And so I had to take a step back and like figure out what I needed to do to get past that.
Yeah, no, totally. And we'll talk about how you did that in a second. But what is the hardest part about content creation for you?
I would say the hardest part for me was definitely figuring out that balance of how many times do I stream, how do I continue to like stay on top of like my studying goals, working my shifts, getting enough sleep. That just was kind of like a big circle and loop in my head that I had to figure out. And also with being in the military, staying on top of my fitness goals. And so I just felt a little bit overwhelmed, because video gaming for me has always been like my stress reliever in college, med school. This was my safe space, and it was turning into a source of stress for me. And so I had to take a step back to figure out how can I keep doing something that I love but also not stress myself out and get burnt out on this.
Yeah. So in hindsight, what would you have changed to not lead to the burnout for the first time in your first year, and then a little bit later as well?
Yeah, I think the biggest approach that I would have, thought about in hindsight is giving myself grace, because I stressed myself out way too much in that first year trying to make Twitch partner. I realize now, like, even being 4 years into this, like as a Twitch affiliate, you have so much impact in the gaming space, even as a Twitch affiliate, also doing a better job of creating that schedule that, these are my work shifts, these are my stream days, these are my like workout times. That has helped me so much now on the back end that I wish I had done that up front.
So what about other specific advice that you would give to other people, not your past self, but to help avoid burnout?
Some of the biggest things I apply and would recommend for other content creators and streamers is to, one, learn how to delegate and offload. That's like the biggest thing I've learned. And what I mean by that is, if you have people that can help you achieve your goals, reach out. Some other advice that I'd recommend is finding things that you love outside of content creation, because you can sit in this chair all day long, stream, edit, make videos, and you're just going to burn yourself out doing that. And you have to find something that you can step away from this space and go do and enjoy, and then come back feeling rejuvenated for content creation. I mentioned like friends and family that you can lean on. That's a solid source of encouragement. Some other things like, planning vacations or just going away for a couple of hours. And then the biggest thing I think is sleep. I know it sounds very cliche, but sleep is so important, and everybody needs at least like 7 to 9 hours. Some people might need a little bit more, but especially in my job, you're prone to mistakes and fatigue and that all contributes to burnout. And in my case, being sleepy is not very good, as an ear doctor. So I have to make sure that I'm on top of my sleep schedule.
Yeah.
And so that's what I would recommend.
No, oh my God. And this is why I asked you to come onto the podcast, because yes, oh my gosh, that whole list is so helpful and needs to be heard. I know it's like easy for people just to say like, well, we'll take a break and then come back to it. It's like, okay, great. Yes. But what should you do on those breaks? Where should your mentality be when you are taking a step back? So thank you.
Exactly.
So how did you or did you not balance your work life? Because I was hearing you maybe struggled a little bit at the beginning and your streaming life.
Yeah, so I'd mentioned when I first started out, I was like, go, stream 5 times a week. And that's when it really started to press on me as far as the burnout. And as I mentioned, I made a schedule, and I still do it. It helps me stay on top of, things I need to accomplish. And I wrote out all my work shifts and like, okay, this is what my week looks like. And then I started putting in important things like these are bills that are due this week, or this is an appointment that I have. And seeing that, I'm a visual type of person, so seeing that laid out helped me to kind of offload the mental load that I was just trying to like keep it all in my brain, and that was really contributing to my burnout those first 2 years.
Yes, no, I love it. Knowing what you know now, how do you offer advice to other people that are either about to experience burnout or currently in the burnout?
Yeah, the guidance I would give for those individuals is, one, take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't, be that bubbly, or maybe not bubbly if that's not your particular brand of content, but whoever you are, you can't provide that to your viewer. And that means prioritizing your mental health, prioritizing your physical well-being, so that you can have longevity in this content creation if this is something that you want to have, a long-term goal in. And then some other things that I recommend is creating hard boundaries. I know on Twitter, there's a lot of like, I don't know if we call it Twitter anymore, or X, whatever you like to call it. There are a lot of think pieces about like parasocial relationships, and sometimes those lines can get a little bit blurred and can worsen your own mental health. So learning to create those hard boundaries in your content creation space is something that's super important. I know I'm harping on this a lot, but staying on top of like bills and like household duties, like that is so key, because like if you're having things that are popping up out of the blue, that's just going to put you on guard and take you out of that content creation headspace. And you need to be directing that energy into content creation. And then finding like planning apps really helps with that, staying on top of that as well. And then the most important thing that I could recommend is not neglecting your personal relationships as a sacrifice for content creation. The internet is always going to be there, but your time with your loved ones is very finite. And so make sure you spend that time with the people who love and support you.
Totally. I feel like what you're saying is that streaming should be a reward. Once you get everything else done, then it's streaming.
Yes.
And I know you referenced this a little bit earlier on, but how do you personally stay on top of your physical and mental health while streaming?
Yeah, so I am a big fitness person, so I love working out, going running, and I am a big advocate for mental health. And so what I use is the Headspace app. I use the Nike Run Club. I love going on runs, and they have the Headspace app is like a mindfulness meditation type of app. And so if there's a day where I'm like feeling particularly anxious or stressed out, I'll put that on, and they have like the guided meditations while you're on the run. And by the end of my run, I'm feeling so much better. Other things that I do to kind of protect my mental space is I choose specific games that I am only going to play off stream, because I started gaming because I just enjoyed gaming, so I need to protect that. And it's nice to just have games where I'm like, oh, I don't have to make clips of this, I don't have to post this anywhere, this is just a game for me, and I still get that sense of enjoyment. And then lastly, I love to travel, and so I plan lots of vacations with my family. And one thing that I do is like I give my community a heads up, like, hey, I'm out for like a month, see ya, but I'll be back during this time. And that just kind of helps me relax and realize that I've communicated to, you know, my community, and they know that it's not forever that she's going away. She's just going away for like a couple of weeks or a month or something like that.
Totally, yes. So are there any other last tips to try and help other people from burnout?
Yes. So I have a couple, but the most important one that I want to start with is being genuine, because a lot of times people get into this content creation space and they're like, oh, this person has a lot of followers, I'm going to be friends with them just because of that reason. And a lot of people in the content creation space, streamers in general, can kind of suss out when you're not being authentic and you're just following them because you think they can do something for you. I would also recommend creating content that is unique to you. A couple last recommendations is doing like a constant self-assessment, just having a very realistic outlook on your content. Other really important tip is creating a budget. I know so many people, they really want to do content creation, and so they go out, spend thousands of dollars on all the gear, and I recommend just starting out with what you have. And then my very last tip would be just release content. It doesn't have to be perfect. Create what you enjoy, be enthusiastic about it, be vibrant about it, and you'll attract people who are going to appreciate and love that. And that goes back to my first point about being genuine. People are so attracted to authenticity and being genuine, and you'll attract people to your community based off of that.
Amazing. Perfect. Well, thank you so much. We're going to say goodbye to YouTube, and I'll say goodbye to you right afterwards, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you. Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.